Okay, so this video is going to go a bit off the rails. So let me clarify up front that this is, in fact, an Easter invite video, but it's not going to sound like one at first. So hang in there with me. Have you ever heard of the Brothers Grimm? If not, I would guess that you've at least heard of their work. It's quite famous. Cinderella, The Princess and the Frog, Rapunzel, Little Red Riding Hood. You'd be forgiven for assuming that these stories were written by Walt Disney, but fact is, these famous tales originated more than 100 years before Walt came on the scene. And the guys who first compiled them were none other than the Brothers Grimm. So that's one of the brothers' claims to fame. Here's another one. The Brothers Grimm are credited with popularizing what has become the most quintessential line in all of literature. I'm guessing you know it. And they all lived happily ever after. How sweet. How lovely. How delusional. They all lived happily ever after? Really? Do you know any real-life stories that actually played out that way? I sure don't. And it turns out the Brothers Grimm didn't either. Because here's a little secret for you. The Brothers Grimm didn't actually write that line. As their stories were adapted over the years, many of the themes in the brothers' stories were softened and sanitized to suit modern audiences. And They Lived Happily Ever After is just one example of that softening. So, want to know what the brothers actually wrote? Here it is for you. And they all lived happily, wait for it, until they died. You know, that doesn't have quite the same ring to it, but at least it's honest. Death, not something we like to talk about in 2025. But if we're honest, we all know that death is exactly what's in store for us. Work out all you want, eat a healthy diet, take your vitamins, and maybe you'll add a little more time to your clock, but the ending is still going to be the same. Put bluntly, we're all going to die. How's that for an Easter invite? Are you excited to come and hear about that? Well, I am going to talk a little bit about death this Easter, but unlike the Brothers Grimm, that's not how the story is going to end. Because that's not how the story of Easter ends. Unexpectedly, unbelievably, miraculously, the story of Easter starts with death and ends with a life more beautiful than anything the Brothers Grimm, Walt Disney, or the rest of us could ever have imagined. I hope to see you this Easter as we recount that story and claim our place within it.